Girl, let me tell you a story. So one day we were at Cookman. Me, Brittany, and Brandon decided to walk to the cafeteria. Next thing you know, we walked past a gate full of pit bulls. All the pit bulls came barking at the gate. Brittany looks at one of the pit bulls and says, "Shut up." Next thing you know, the pit bulls jumped the gate. Everybody took off.
Oh my God.
Brandon took off south, I took off east, and all three dogs started chasing Brittany in a circle like. By the time the owners came outside, the dogs had went back in the gate. I don't have time for that, girl. Girl, let's get into the look. Of course, I have one eye that is already done. Going into this wonderful Glamlite palette, going into the color black with a wide eyeshadow brush. Putting that color right above my crease and partially on my lid, but we're going to do a cut crease later, so that doesn't really matter. But I'm just packing that color on. Then I'm going into the red into the same palette, and I am stamping that at the top of that color, right below the brow line and way above the crease. And I had to go in a couple of times just so I can deepen that red. It turned out maroon, which is absolutely fine for this look. And this is a M506 brush, doing soft circular strokes from the front to the back of the eye. Going into this color Coral, and this is my transition shade. I am doing this just to make sure that the look is seamless and well blended. I did have to dip into that brow concealer just to sharpen those lines, because sometimes you do have to do that, reapply when you're doing your eyeshadow, because the colors can get lost. Now let's get into the cut crease. So using a small Morphe brush, I am sculpting out that crease. And I do have to go above my actual crease just to make sure that you can see the colors, because I do feel like I have hooded eyes, because you know the meat does hang over the lid when I close them. So I do this just so that you can see that color. So I'm just stamping that on in sections, and then I start to fill in with the concealer. Using that same red color that I used before, I am using a small eyeshadow brush just to pack that color into that cut crease. And guys, when you're doing your eyeshadow, make sure that you're pulling down as you're packing it on, because sometimes you can miss the creases in your eyes, in your eyelid, I'm sorry. And when you close your eyes, you can see that crease. So just make sure that you're pulling it down. And using that same wide eyeshadow brush, I am dipping it into that color black in the same palette, and I'm just putting that color on top and blending that in. Then I went back in with that smaller eyeshadow brush with the red, and I am pulling that color on top of that black. So now to add the glitter to my cut crease, I'm using Duo Lash Glue. And I'm putting that right on the seam of the cut crease. You know I hate sleeping alone, but you said that you would send me home. Or whatever Beyonce said, Greg. Going in with the silver holographic glitter, and I am just putting that right on the lash glue. Chunky glitters are very in these days, and I love the fact that this glitter is chunky and fine and in between. I like that it's almost like textured a little bit because it has so many different types of glitter. And that's that. Now for eyeliner, I'm using Superstay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner. And I'm not doing a wing liner this time because I'm just going to have that liner fade into that black. And we're going in with the Flare lashes. These are 3D lash. And I'm just popping those on. Again, I do not like putting on my lashes, so I'm going to let you watch me. I had to put these lashes on, take them off. It was a mess. Going in with Sephora's Matte Primer. Make sure that you allow your primer to stay on your face for at least 2 or 3 minutes so that it can soak into the skin properly. For foundation, I'm using Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. And I'm applying that in different areas of my face. And then I take my E31 brush from Morphe and I am just pressing that product into my skin. For those of you that don't know, this is a song called Kitty Cat from Beyonce. And I am just singing those lyrics under this music. Anyway. Now going in with Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer from NYX Cosmetics. And I am placing that right under each eye, on my chin, on the Cupid's bow, and on the arch of the nose. Contour, I'm using Maybelline Superstay foundation stick. This is the color Espresso, and I'm applying that on the perimeter of my face, under my chin, and right under my jawline. And now we start blending, and we blend, and we continue to blend. It ain't no telling who I was talking to. But one thing that I like to do, which is a great beauty tip that I like to do, is once I'm finished blending everything, especially when I'm blending out the contour and I want to make sure that it's seamless, I love to flip the beauty blender over and use the bottom of the beauty blender. I call it the butt port. That's the part that I like to use. Now using a flat brush, I dipped it on top of that Maybelline Superstay foundation stick. And going from the bottom of the brow down to the tip of the nose, and pulling that out. And then I use my beauty blender to make sure that those lines are blended perfectly. Now I'm going in with Maybelline Fit Me to set my highlight. And I'm just putting that under all the highlighted areas. And we're going to bake for a couple of minutes. And while baking, I decided to use the crayon case, this brown, just to set my contour. And I love this to set my contour because it's not too heavy. And it'll just kind of blend everything in well. Going back into that same palette using the color black, and I'm going to smoke out that lower lash line. Dipping back into the color red with an M506 brush from Morphe. And I am smoking out that lower lash line a little bit more. And to pull the whole look together, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me in the color 375. I think this is Java. This is the darkest color that they have that I've seen so far. And I love it. And I'm lightly dusting off that setting powder. And to blend my lashes into my falsies, I'm using Better Than Sex mascara. And now I'm going to hit that lower lash line, get those lashes and pull them to the T. Dipping into this Babe in Paradise palette from Morphe, going into the color Shady, and applying that right on my jaw and bringing it up to my temple. This is a fluffy eyeshadow brush, by the way, and I just decided to try something new, and I love the application. I love how it applies. Yes, highlight. Now let me get the tip of the nose. And this is where the fun begins, going into the Box of Crayons palette and using a contour brush from Sephora. I'm dipping it into the red. And I'm going from right above my eyelid down to halfway where my cheek is. And I'm applying that red color. So I wanted to take the look a little further. And I got a liquid eyeliner. And I applied leopard print all over the red area of my face. And I'm just putting them in random locations, but still keeping it within that area. And then to do the leopard prints, I'm just like writing the letter C, but I'm like making it, you know, funny looking. But that's all it is you just writing the letter C, or you doing parentheses, or however you want to call it. But that's just the whole concept of doing leopard prints. And to fill in the leopard spots, I'm going in with this fine glitter from NYX. And I am just using a small eyeshadow brush just to tap that glitter into those random areas. And of course, to make that glitter stick, I'm using lash glue. And then I'm tapping that color inside. Going in with this Marc Jacobs gel liner, and I am sculpting out a nose of a cat. Listen, I'm just being very creative at this point. Okay, so I'm just blackening out the bottom of my nose, and then I set it with some eyeshadow. Then I went in with LA Girl Pro Conceal, And I'm trying to brighten the area right below the nose. Then I went in with a brighter concealer to do the same. And blending out those edges. Next, I got that pencil again and I drew an upside down triangle and filled it in. Then I line only the top part of my lips with this black eyeliner. This is the only time I would ever use black eyeliner on my lips. Okay. Yeah. Next, I'm putting the little, whatever those things are, the whisker holders. I don't know what they're called. But I'm putting those in random spots on each side. For the whiskers, I'm just tapping my eyeliner down and I'm just pulling it out very lightly because I like for my whiskers to taper off. Some people do like their whiskers to all be one length, you know, and they want them to be equal. I feel like on a cat, things are just pretty much random and tapered. So that's what I went for. Then I try to elongate the lip area because I can't explain it. I'm going to explain this as best as I can. Animals have this little area on their mouths where it looks like they're smiling, where they look kind of, you know, sassy. And that's what I'm doing, just pulling that area out. And then I go over those areas with black eyeshadow just to set it. Next, going in with the color Lulu from Juvia's Place. And I am applying that to my lips. And with the dome brush, I applied black eyeshadow right on the top lip, only on half of the top lip though, if that makes sense. Setting my face using MAC's Prep and Prime. And that's it, you guys. I'm a cat. And thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful catty tutorial. I do hope you can use this look for Halloween. Make sure that you follow me on these social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. But until next time, holla at your girl.